What's the most common misconception about CrossFit?
That's definitely a great question. And I believe there are two common misconceptions with CrossFit. The first one is there are way more injuries during CrossFit than any other sport, which I believe is completely false. There are no more or less injuries within CrossFit than other sports, especially when you compare to Olympics or football or rugby. There's definitely varying degrees of injuries with them as well. And if you're doing CrossFit as just a way to help your fitness, then you're not really going to get that many injuries because you'll always be scaling the workouts to work for you. If you have a good coach, they will always make sure that you have good form and that you're performing the workout well. Obviously, if you have a bad coach, and like with any sport, if you're going to have a bad coach, you're going to have a bad time, I guess. So if you find a good coach, you're going to have less injuries and you're going to have way more support. But obviously, if you use CrossFit as a way to compete, like with other sports, there will definitely be injuries, especially when you're trying to push yourself to that next level. There's going to be injuries. And it's the same with like rugby, football. If they push themselves to their absolute top level, they're going to injure themselves. And yeah, it's pretty much the same level as any other sport. The second misconception is that you have to be fit to do CrossFit, which is false. You don't have to be fit at all. When I started CrossFit, I did no sports, no fitness or anything. I may have gone to a gym once or twice, but I just didn't have the motivation to carry on working out. And I'm a website developer full time. So I just literally sit in the office. It's very sedentary and I don't move a lot. And when I first saw CrossFit gym, I spotted people flipping like a huge tire. And I was kind of like, oh, I want to try this. I wasn't fit at all. My base level was very low. And I could barely lift, say, like 10 kilograms. But I got trained up and there are many movements I couldn't do when I started that I can do now. There are many things I can do now which I couldn't do in the past. And the great thing is you can literally just start from anywhere. There's always going to be scaled workouts. When they have a workout on the whiteboard, they kind of prescribe it for the top level. And then a good coach will say, okay, this is what a top level athlete would do, but here's how we can scale it down to help you. And if you're kind of worried about any of the movements or any of the weights or anything, you can always speak to your coach and they will be more than happy to oblige, especially if you have a good coach. If you have a bad coach that doesn't do any of that, leave, because they are supposed to be there to help you better yourself and make sure that you move correctly and not use weights that are too heavy. I remember once when I did, there's a hero workout called Murph, which is an absolutely insane workout. It's 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and another 1 mile run. And I think the first time I did that, I did probably an 800 meter run. My pull-ups were just jumping pull-ups. My push-ups were on the knees and air squats were normal. And then another 800 meter run. So there's always ways to scale it down to something that is your level. So people always go, oh, I want to start CrossFit, but I'm not fit enough. And it's like, you are absolutely fit enough. You can just go in and do the work. And that's one thing I love about CrossFit as well, is that you can literally go in, you see the workout on the board, and it's like, okay, we can do this for you. And then you do that workout as prescribed for your personal level. And then you come out feeling a lot better, a lot stronger, and a lot more mindful. Because if you went in and, you got told that you have to do these pull-ups and you have to lift this weight, you'd go in, crush yourself, and then never want to return again. And you wouldn't be any fitter than you were before. You'd probably be even a lot worse and off than you were before you went in. And that isn't what CrossFit is about. It's about finding your level, what's right for you, and then trying to level you up as you go along, basically. So you're always getting stronger and you're always kind of progressing forward. And we always say the workouts never get any easier. They're always very hard, but your level of ability just gets better and you're able to sort of push yourself more and level yourself up as you go along. It's kind of like just running through Mario levels, basically, and you're leveling up as you go. And that's pretty much all it is. But yeah, they are probably, I'd say, the top misconceptions about CrossFit. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, please consider supporting me by following on whichever platform you're using. And if you can, rate it. If you use the Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, or anything else where you can rate it, I would 100% appreciate that. If you could also check out my Ko-fi page and make donations in a way of support, that would be amazing. And I appreciate every one of you for listening. Thank you, and I hope you have a good day.